So the release date for Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch may have been leaked. I should actually stop right here and preface this, take this with a grain of salt, as this leak wasn't by a reputable retailer or anything like that. It's actually directly from an eBay post that was created yesterday, and in the last 24 hours somehow managed to sell 12 copies, which is kind of impressive. There's no proof that this is even real, but again, that just could be me being paranoid. What do I know? Those 12 suckers. But according to this post, the release date for Doom Eternal on the Switch is set at June 27th, 2020, which as of today is a little over 3 weeks away. And what I found interesting about that is the 20th is actually a Saturday, which throws me off. Normally games release anywhere from a Tuesday, a Thursday, or a Friday, or at least the big AAA releases normally happen on a Friday. But even then, let's say the 26th, that Friday is the real release date, and the 27th is just them shipping out games. That's still weird. Why does shipping on a Saturday sound off to me? But with the exception of the wonky release date, it could be very much possible, considering Marty Stratton, the executive producer for id Software, went on record the month before Doom Eternal's release and mentioned that he had tried out Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch and that he was pleasantly surprised with the way that the game was running and how it was optimized. He also mentioned that at that time they weren't talking about any specific dates or getting super exact, but he did mention that that particular platform shouldn't be expecting a huge delay. That at that time, Panic Button, which is the development team working on that port, were really focused on optimizing this game, refining it, making sure that UIs, menus, dossier were adjusted properly so that way the experience on the Switch was the best experience possible. And that was a little over 4 months ago, and keep in mind that was before the whole coronavirus pandemic started taking over. Since then, they've been very quiet on this whole project. Now again, id Software is not directly responsible for the port of Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch, so them working on the first DLC or working on things like Invasion Mode are not going to impact that port, at least not directly. But speaking of that port, what I want to point out is in the description of the post over on eBay, they do mention the addition of Invasion Mode, which could potentially make this the week that we might see Invasion Mode inside of Doom Eternal. And that makes sense to me because you got to keep in mind, id Software is already teasing the first DLC. I don't think they're going to be launching Invasion Mode alongside the first DLC. I think they're going to give us Invasion Mode first, and then next month we could be seeing the first DLC. I doubt we're going to get it in September, because if they launch in September, you're going to be dealing with big names that a lot of people are excited for, most notably Square Enix's Avengers game, and then CD Projekt's Cyberpunk 2077. That's a huge one. I don't think they're going to want to go against that. Plus, if we were to get the DLC in August, that's 5 months after the game was launched. Unless they skip September and go straight to October, but they could be potentially fighting against Assassin's Creed, which has a lot of hype behind it. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this post is legit? Do you guys think within the next week or so we could be hearing something directly from Bethesda about an official release date? What do you think about Invasion Mode? When do you think that's going to be added? When do you think the first DLC is going to be coming out? Let's talk all things Doom Eternal down in the comment section below. Also, one other thing. I heard this argument brought up. I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but The Last of Us, a Sony exclusive, is set to release this month on June 19th, the week before Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch is allegedly set to release. Do you think the Switch's release for Doom Eternal was affected, if it is true, because of The Last of Us release date? Now, if it was for all platforms, I'd say yes, but considering it is just a Sony exclusive, I think it's a little bit of a stretch. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but it could just be me. Anyways, that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, a like or subscription is always appreciated, but until next time, my friends, I'm out. You guys stay safe out there.